rather, he passed us. The dews drew quivering and chill. For only gossamer, my gown. My tippet, only tulle. Explanation. In the fourth stanza of Because I Could Not Stop for Death, the speaker's relationship with death takes on a new dimension. The first line, or rather, he passed us, suggests a shift in power dynamics. Death is no longer a polite and courteous escort but has now taken the lead in the journey. This underscores the inevitability of death and the idea that, no matter how we may try to avoid it, it will ultimately overtake us. The second line, the dews drew quivering and chill, suggests a change in the environment. The use of the words, quivering, and chill, evoke a sense of coldness and unease, perhaps even a sense of fear. This could be interpreted as a metaphor for the approach of death, which can be a fearful and unsettling experience. The third and fourth lines, for only gossamer, my gown, my tippet, only tulle, suggest that the speaker is not dressed for the occasion, so to speak. The use of the words, gossamer, and tulle, suggest light and delicate fabrics, which are not appropriate for a journey with death. This could be interpreted as a metaphor for the fleeting and insubstantial nature of life, which can be easily swept away by the inevitability of death. Stanza 05. We paused before a house that seemed a swelling of the ground. The roof was scarcely visible. The cornice, in the ground. Explanation. In the fifth stanza of Because I Could Not Stop for Death, the speaker in death paused before a house that seems to be sinking into the ground. The use of the phrase, a swelling of the ground, suggests a sense of instability and upheaval, while the description of the house sinking into the ground reinforces the idea of the transience of material things. This image can be interpreted as a metaphor for the idea that, no matter how grand or impressive our earthly possessions may be, they will ultimately be swallowed up by the earth. The second line, the roof was scarcely visible, suggests a sense of decay and neglect. The use of the word, scarcely, suggests that the roof is barely holding together, while the phrase, in the ground, further emphasizes its state of disrepair. This can be interpreted as a metaphor for the fleeting nature of earthly existence and the idea that, no matter how grand or impressive our lives may seem, they will ultimately be forgotten. Stanza 06. Since then 'tis centuries, and yet feels shorter than the day. I first surmised the horses' heads were toward eternity. Explanation. The final stanza of Because I Could Not Stop for Death reflects on the speaker's experience of time since her encounter with death. The use of the phrase, since then 'tis centuries, suggests that a great deal of time has passed, while the phrase, and yet feels shorter than the day, suggests that this time has passed quickly, as if it were only a single day. This contrast between the vast expanse of time and the fleeting nature of human existence underscores the central theme of the poem, which is the inevitability of mortality and the need to accept it with grace and equanimity. The final two lines, I first surmised the horses' heads were toward eternity, serve to reinforce this central theme. The use of the phrase, toward eternity, suggests that death is not an end but rather a continuation of the cycle of life. The speaker's initial realization that the horses' heads were pointing toward eternity serves as a metaphor for the idea that death is a natural and necessary part of the cycle of life. The fact that the speaker can now reflect on this realization after centuries have passed further underscores the idea that death is a universal experience that transcends individual lives. Overall, this final stanza serves to bring the poem to a satisfying conclusion by reinforcing its central theme and providing a sense of closure. The contrast between the vast expanse of time and the fleeting nature of human existence serves to underscore the importance of accepting mortality with grace and equanimity, while the final metaphor of the horses' heads pointing toward eternity serves as a potent symbol of the natural cycle of life and death.